Hello everyone! Welcome back to Red Doe Reads. Today we have r/Am I the Butthole? If you want me to cover some specific subreddit in the next video, leave it in the comments. Am I the butthole for telling my daughter's step-kid she is not family? Background is my daughter, Jen, 40 female, is married to Sarah, 48 female. Sarah had a kid from a previous marriage, Mandy, 21 female. And Sarah and Jen have 3 other children, one who was adopted from the foster care and the others conceived through IVF. Mandy goes to college near me and works part-time at the horse farm I own as a riding instructor for youth levels. She's a good employee who is good with both kids and horses, so I have never had any trouble with her. Recently, I overheard Mandy talking to the parents of a student. They asked her how she got the job and she said, "Oh, my grandmother owns the school," and called it a family business. This gives me pause because I do not consider Mandy family. She's my daughter's stepkid. I took her aside that afternoon and told her that I would really appreciate her not using loaded terms like that. And she pushed back saying Jen legally adopted me. In the eyes of the court, she is my mom. I told her the eyes of the court are one thing, but family means something else to me personally. And that while I appreciate the hard work she puts in, we do not share a blood connection, and I do not consider her family, just a trusted employee. She started challenging me, asking if I considered her adopted sibling to be family, and I was honest and said no. No one of Sarah's children are family to me, as we share no blood relation. She went off, but I kept things professional and ended the conversation. Well, Mandy called out for the next 3 days she was scheduled to work, and I was furious. About a week later, she called to tell me that she found another job. She also said she had worked for less money that she could have made elsewhere because she thought we were family. But now she was looking into getting a lawyer for wage theft, which I'm confident she doesn't have a case for, as I paid her for all her shifts. I tried to talk to Jen and Sarah about this, but it seems Mandy has already gotten to them, as they were pretty frosty and not interested in having the conversation about Mandy's behavior being completely out of line. I don't feel as I am in the wrong. I was honest when Mandy asked if I considered her family and enforced a reasonable boundary about it. I cannot have that without a biological relation. I do not feel a family connection to someone. Am I the butthole? Yeah. Can you imagine the entitlement of this Karen? So when Mandy was working for below the market payment, OP was A-okay. But when Mandy treated OP like a bad employer, not as a grandma, all of a sudden her feelings are hurt. I cannot even imagine how your poor daughter feels now. Thank God she has her real family that will really take her side. Guys, we reached 228 subscribers. What a beautiful number. I would be so incredibly happy if we could get to 250 subscribers soon, because it is 250,000. Sounds great, right? So please subscribe, you will make my day. And come back tomorrow. Am I a bad parent for not wanting to co-sleep with my child? My daughter and I have been co-sleeping since she was born. I'm a single mom and my daughter was 10 years old when I got married. Few months after the wedding, it was planned that me and my husband will be relocating at his place under the pretext of me taking a master's degree at a different city, and I will be back after a year. In the setup, I was hoping that my child will have the ample time to be comfortable sleeping without me. We made sure that everything was well taken care of for my daughter before we departed. Those 12 months of being away, my daughter and I would be on FaceTime every night in order for her to sleep. I also visited home every 2 months and even took my daughter on a vacation at our place for a month. During the vacation, we would still co-sleep and my husband stay on another room. Now that we were back at my hometown, I decided to co-sleep with my daughter again due to mom guilt. And after 5 months, I find myself frustrated and always agitated for not being able to sleep with my husband at night. I don't want to co-sleep with my daughter, who is 12 now, anymore, and I prefer to sleep with my husband. I explained it to her and she responded by having a meltdown. Other things I noticed is that she doesn't like the idea of having a sibling. My husband is very understanding in this matter, and I have never heard him complain whenever I choose to co-sleep with my child instead of being with him at night. What can I do to fix this dilemma? Well, technically this post is not Am I the Butthole? It is from Parenting subreddit, but I think this mother is a butthole of the day. What kind of mother is she? First of all, she lied to her kid. Second, she abandoned her kid. Then, after a year of her daughter sleeping alone and I guess settling with the idea, she comes back into her life and then again co-sleeps with her. Why? Because I don't buy that mom guilt bullcrap. OP should really get help from a child psychologist and be so remorseful about what she has done. Am I the butthole for refusing to let my daughter try and pursue swimming as a professional career by saying it's too late? I, 45 female, have 2 kids, Lara, 16 female, and Kian, 14 male. Both my kids take competitive swimming as a hobby. However, Lara is more athletically inclined than Kian and takes swimming more seriously than he does. She has been to regional and state championships a few times since elementary school and has even gotten close to qualifying for nationals a year ago. Recently, Lara came up to me and told me that she really looks up to athletes like Ian Thorpe, Emma McKeon, Michael Phelps, and other great swimming legends in Australia and across the globe. She's a huge Olympics fanatic like our family, so I wasn't surprised at first. However, when she told me that she wanted to pursue swimming professionally because, in her words, she's made a lot of progress and thinks it's possible for her to get an Olympic quota if she keeps training hard. She also told me she really wants to represent Australia at the Olympics in the future and cannot live without swimming. However, I shut her down really quickly after she said that. I told her that there's athletes younger than her already swimming at the Olympics in the preliminary stages and even at the finals. I reminded her that Michael Phelps was only 15 at his first Olympics and she didn't even qualify for nationals, before saying that it was a bit too late for her to try and pursue swimming professionally. I then reminded her how rigorous and strict the training regime was physically and mentally, how it was much more difficult than her swimming lessons. I also told her that she could put aside swimming until university and that education was much more effective than athleticism. My daughter looked sad and nodded, before heading to her dad's room, and I heard her crying in his room. After half an hour had passed, my husband came downstairs and confronted me by saying that what I had told my daughter was extremely cruel and put down her self-esteem significantly. I retaliated back, saying that I was only expressing concern for Lara and that my concerns were realistic. After I told my husband my thoughts, we got into a bit of a dispute because, in my husband's words, my daughter's dreams were very realistic and that I shouldn't police my daughter's career autonomy. So Reddit, am I the butthole? Yep. The only thing a good mother could do in this situation, even if she really thought that it was too late for her daughter to pursue swimming professionally, was to give her daughter a chance to find out what kind of possibilities she has at 16. Do you have any kind of local club that can interview her for a possible training position? Basically, OP could do anything rather than what she did. Anything would be better. I cheated on my wife, but I am furious she's taking it this far. Yes, I know it's technically my fault, but I just cannot help but feel so much resentment towards her. She's divorcing me and splitting up our kids, and I cannot believe she would do this. I thought she was my ride or die, my partner in crime, but she's going to divorce over a lapse of judgment. I know people say this, but the affair genuinely didn't mean anything to me. I wish my wife would understand this. My wife is my home, my love, and my everything. While the other girl was just pleasure to relieve myself sometimes. I didn't have any emotional connection with her. I know I made a big mistake, but I do not understand Why she would ruin everything over this? We were supposed to grow old together. Heck. Well, I guess you were supposed to grow old together until you effed everything up. No one will feel bad for you, dude. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed. You can also watch this awesome video or that awesome playlist. See you next time!